Talking love and basketball today.
Get that stuff out of here. It's Southwest Bias.
Welcome live into Southwest Bias from Studio K, brought to you by our friends at Circle K. Make sure to download the Circle K app today and become a member of the Inner Circle. And yes, today is a big day on the program. Shane wore a nice hat. No, we've got Mat Ishbia coming up in the second half of the program. But before we get there, I want to talk about basketball and why it's so important here in Phoenix. It is our first love. It is the first team that ever graced the Valley. 1968, in January, the Phoenix Suns were announced that they were going to be playing in the NBA come that fall. It was the first time that this city was going to be viewed more than just cacti and tumbleweed. It wasn't going to be viewed as a cowpoke town anymore. Pro sports was coming to Arizona. Major sports leagues were going to recognize the Valley as a place that they could call home. We are moving to new offices next week. And in my new office, I can see the Coliseum right out the window. It is a reminder to me of what sports in this town means, of why we love the Phoenix Suns so much, why basketball is so important to each and every one of us, why we live and die with the Suns and Mercury wins and losses, why we argue amongst ourselves sometimes about what's the best course of action to win. The Suns were here for 20 years before the Cardinals ever showed up. 30 years before the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes showed up. They will forever be what means the most to sports fans here. Other teams will come and go. Other things will happen, and other things will bring passion and cause excitement. But the Suns will always be the most important thing here. I take it very personally. The Suns mean a lot to me, having grown up here. I remember my first games from back when I was 6 or 7 years old, watching on TV, listening to the dulcet tones of Al McCoy. When things went wrong in my life, basketball was there. When things were great, basketball was there. I've cheered, I've cried, and I've cried happy tears as well when it comes to basketball. In Phoenix, we bleed purple and orange for both of our basketball teams for the simple reason that it means that much to us, that we care that much, that it is important to us every day, every season. Some cities don't understand it because they've been blessed with sports teams that they've had their entire existence. Some people don't understand it because they've had great success and championships galore. But it takes something special. It takes a special city and a special group of people to go through 50 plus years of ups and downs, to watch your heart get ripped out and put back in time and time again. But this city is loyal to the Suns. It's loyal to the Mercury because it is about that passion. It means something. Everybody has that story, right? Everybody has that story about how Suns basketball and Mercury basketball touched their lives, how basketball was important in a period in their life that maybe nothing else was going right. To me, I got the opportunity to work for the team. And that was a lifelong dream to be able to do that. To be a coworker of Al McCoy and be on his broadcast, to be in that building and get to experience things, to meet Charles Barkley and Tom Chambers and Paul Westphal and all the greats, to get to watch Diana Taurasi in person, watch that greatness. That meant the world to me. But that's not the moment that sticks out the most to me. It's not being a kid and watching Charles Barkley capture the imagination of this team. The moment that will forever stick in my mind about being a Suns fan is the 2021 NBA Finals, Game 2. Probably doesn't mean a lot to anybody, like, overall. It was the second game. Sure, it was a win. But my family, out of pocket, paid to get me in that building. Last row. We'd just come out of COVID. I wasn't working in sports anymore. I'd stepped away to be there to help raise my daughter. And they gave me that ticket. I sat there by myself, right? It cost like $800 to sit last row, back against the wall at PHNX Arena. But to me, that was one of my greatest moments as a fan, because despite being there alone, despite having been isolated for months, from the rest of the world, I didn't feel alone at all. There were 18,000 of my closest friends in that building. And it didn't matter religion, race, any belief system outside of believing in the purple and orange, believing in basketball. And that will forever be one of my favorite sports memories. And that is why things matter so much for us when it comes to the Phoenix Suns. Why we look at it with a critical eye. Why we are so passionate about basketball in this town. Because it's personal. It's not just a sport. It's not just something that we passively pay attention to. It's part of who we are. It's a part of the story of what the Valley is. And without basketball, we aren't the town that we are. Without those greats that have come before this group of players on both of these teams, we aren't who we are as a city. I love basketball. I know you love basketball. And I know it's important for us to see both of our professional teams win. The Mercury are doing it, and I truly hope that the Suns can get there too. Because basketball is Phoenix. Basketball is the thing that binds us in this town together. Even when we argue like siblings online, even when we don't agree with the right path to go, it's the thing that binds us together more than anything in Phoenix. But maybe that's just my Southwest bias. I welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach. Shane, big day on the program because we got to hurry up and box up the studio. That, and we've got Mat Ishbia, the owner of the Suns and the Mercury, coming up. What does basketball mean to you? What does basketball mean to you, Shane Diefenbach?
Well, I have a really big rec league game 6 days from today to start the season.
Okay.
So I was out there getting shots up this morning at my local park.
Hey, our guest still plays ball like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it. So how does the shot look?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
A lot of fatigue in my arms. Back was a little tight.
You're not old enough for that.
That's the problem.
You're not my age.
That's
you
the
can't
problem.
be saying that.
That's the problem.
When's the big game?
Wednesday.
All right. I will be doing a live Southwest bias there. I will be calling play-by-play of the old man, the mustache behind the Mac there. Look, we're going to cut the first segment a little short because we know why you're here. We know why you want to watch today. And we're going to bring Mat Ishbia in right after this break. You're watching Southwest Bias. Stay right here. Got to tell you about our friends over at Circle K. Like I mentioned, we're in Studio K. And there's nothing more than I love going to Circle K, getting my morning caffeine. I'm not a morning person, but they decided to give me a morning show, which is ironic. I'm the GM. I probably could have moved the time. But I need my caffeine before I come in. I stop at Circle K every morning. I grab that Coke Zero. I go to the register, and guess what? Because I'm a member of the Inner Circle, they take care of me. Sometimes there's a discount. Sometimes I get a discount on gas because I'm a member of the Inner Circle, and you can be too. All you got to do is download the Circle K app today for free, enter your information, and bam, just like that, you get to be part of it. You're going to save 25 cents off per per gallon when you sign up, right? For the first 5 Phillips. Then 3 cents off. Then you can hit the Espo level. You're going to get 5 cents off. Plus, you're going to get 79 cents Polar Pops, 99-cent Frosters. It's everything that you want. Join the Inner Circle today for free by downloading that Circle K app. Terms and conditions apply like everything in life. At participating locations, visit CircleK.com for details. And then our friends at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. They've got a big thing coming up this weekend, right? We've got a big guest. They've got a big guest as well. They've got the Straight Game podcast live this weekend, hosted by Mike Bibby, Eddie House, and Coach Ty Ellis. Oh, but that's not the big guy that's going to be there. Shaquille O'Neal, the big cactus, the big Aristotle. Shaquille O'Neal, former Phoenix Suns, will be out there telling you all the great stories, giving you all the insight that you want about his time in Phoenix, what it was like to play with Kobe, what it was like in Miami with D. Wade. Maybe what it was like to be in Boston at the end of his career. I don't know. We'll probably talk about the TNT crew as well. So tickets are at retail pricing when you purchase online or by phone, but discounts are available at the box office today out at Wild Horse Pass. So get yours. Be out there tomorrow or on Saturday. It's going to be fantastic, August 16th. We're going to welcome in our guest here in just a second. He's going to join us. Mat Ishbia. But Shane, I got to tell you a quick Shaq story.
Love to hear it.
Okay, you remember Shaq used to do Shaq-and-Jir hunts? I actually won one of the first ones of those. A buddy of mine, we were working on a website that he happened to be right there around the corner from us. We went there, got free tickets. My friend is like 5'6". Shaq basically palmed his head in the photo. It was a lot of fun. That was way back in the day, way back. I was half the man I am now, literally, in pounds. I was half the man I am now. But we're going to welcome in our guest, the owner and of the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury, Mat Ishbia, live from Michigan, I believe. So let's welcome in Mat Ishbia here on the program. Matt, are you there? Maybe not. We'll wait a few more minutes and see if he joins. I know he had said 11:15, so we got a couple more minutes. But Shane, outside of the rec league game, you played AAU ball. You have been in the Valley. I know your dad has connections with the old Seattle Supersonics. Basketball, like if you could encapsulate your love for the game and why it's so important to you. I mean, I know it is because we experienced it when you were the producer for the Phoenix Suns show that first year. But what does it really mean to you?
I mean, it's what it is with all of sports. It's the love of the community around it. It doesn't even have to be specifically basketball. You don't have to look any further than what the Coyotes meant to this city and what I experienced there. Like it's sports in general. They all have that factor that you don't get out of life anywhere else. It's a reprieve from your everyday. It's not just entertainment. It's a different part of your life. And so it's hard to put in words. I mean, you talked about game 2 of the finals that year. I went to the loss in game 5.
That's
the other
worse.
Yeah, that's the other side of emotion, though.
Yeah.
The feeling that I had after that game. You can't get that from anything else. You don't get that from everyday life. Like that's why it always baffles me when I talk to people who aren't the biggest sports fans and don't understand why and assume it is just entertainment. It's just a game. It's like watching a movie or listening to me. It's not. It's so much more than that. Well, you drown so many hours and passion into it, whether you play or you've just been watching your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also something that when you look at it, when you watch it, it mirrors life in some ways, right? I mean, every day is an up and down. There's always something that happens or something that comes up that's a challenge. And that's just the reality of it when it comes to basketball and life. And I think that's why so many of us gravitate towards it as well. Mat Ishbia coming up in just a minute here on the program. Sun's media relations saying about 11:15, like we talked about. So when Matt gets here, we'll welcome him in for sure.
The typical Espo jumping the gun, too excited.
I mean, that's the way it works usually. I also love that there's somebody, one of the biased in the chat, automatically going, oh, this was just clickbait. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for 15 minutes.
It's gonna be like the baby that we interviewed, where it's just me.
it's just Shane. That'll be what it is. Yeah, we bait and switch. There's no interview. Thank you for the hundreds of you watching. Now, they said that they are on and ready. So, do we want to try to welcome in Mat Ishbia? Matt, are you there, my friend? It looks like they are on mute right there. So we will work on the technical side of things. So hello, says Espo, being premature, classic Espo. So that is true in a way. It's funny that we feel that way with that. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, so
I can try to entertain the chat while you.
Why don't you entertain the chat for a second here, as I've got Sun's media relations on the phone here.
We can go back to the Sun. Maybe we can get rid of Espo, and I'll just sit here in the beautiful landscape. So we are moving. Somebody's asking if the new location is decorated already. No, we're doing that today, and over the weekend. So it should be a pretty busy weekend, but we're excited.
I really are you gonna throw. I love that we are here looking at that. This is great podcasting where I text them. They're going to hang up and try again.
Yeah.
Here, Buddha, I'm ready for the interview as well. Believe me. Believe me.
Is the chat saying that this is not what they wanted?
This is
here. Maybe
Darth Vader says we got to ask why Matt with only one.
What about this one?
Now, how do I get in this?
Is this one better, chat? Is this keeping you entertained?
TJ says, what's the purpose of the move? Is PHNX growing? No, we're just growing up. We're moving out of our loft here and into a real house here. So we're trying to get this to work as well. Give me 1 second.
I'll go back to the Sun. Again, we can just look here.
Yeah, nothing like the Sun here. Technical difficulties are always fun, and it tests your ability, because I'm going to tell you this. We prepared for this over the last couple of days, and I full well expected that something would go wrong, because 2 seconds before Shane hit live, he goes, I hope something technical goes catastrophically wrong.
This isn't catastrophic. I was more so talking as like the light fixture falling down and catching on fire.
Well, I mean, that could still happen. We've got time, right? We've got time. I mean, we've got time here to do this. Is there any way we can do anything on our end there, Shane?
It just looks like they're muted. Maybe a different device could work. I'm not sure.
So let's throw it up here. See if it gets here.
What's that?
I see.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hey there, Matt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Matt, Greg Esposito, thanks for joining us on Southwest Bias. How are you?
No, great to be here. I've been listening to you, so I don't know what the technical difficulties are about everything last couple minutes, and excited to chat with you guys.
Well, glad to have you here. And look, I gotta ask you. Earlier in August, there was something that came out that I gotta ask. We need to get your actual analysis on this. It was actually something you put out. It was this video of you in the UWM basketball game there. Can you break down this play? I mean, a heck of a spin move, but what was the play? What were you thinking when it happened?
Oh, it was just a fun game for charity that we try to raise some money for the local schools, and it's only one time a year I play basketball right there, and I'm too old to be out there with these young 20-year-old kids, so I had to hook them a little bit, and then they came to try to get me, and I got lucky with a little finish there, but it was good. It was a good time. But once again, raising money for kids, and played with my old teammates from Michigan State and against some 20-year-old kids that were pretty good.
Can we be honest? Was it an offensive foul?
100%. I hooked him. And I had his head, but they're not. It was in my own gym. I don't think they're going to call it on me. I think I got the benefit of the doubt there.
I mean, at least you're honest about it. I mean, we're in the same age range or age bracket, not the same tax bracket. But if I did that, I'd be in traction for like 3 days.
Yeah, no, I was sore. I'm definitely not supposed to be playing basketball anymore, but it was fun to be there. And like I said, we had a lot of people there raising some money, so it's always a good time. And if I make a shot, I got to post it, I guess.
Well, I got to ask. I mean, you're a father of a daughter. When you decided to purchase the Suns, how important was it for you to also purchase the Mercury and keep, the tradition of winning going with that franchise as well?
Yeah, well, it was critical. I bought the Suns and the Mercury. Obviously, everyone talks about the Suns, but the Mercury was a big part of it. Obviously, the Mercury are having a great season right now, but it was a big part. Back then I think we were the worst team in the league, 9-31 that year, and so we've made we've evolved and got the right team together, the right coach, the right front office. We feel good about what they're doing, and it's fun. And my daughter likes going to game, but my boys like it. It's not just right; it's everyone. I love basketball, whether it's girls basketball, men's basketball, kids basketball, all types of basketball.
Well, Mercury are 19-12 right now, and in good placement when it comes to the playoff race. What do you think's making things work so well for this team, and how excited are you to see them succeeding right now?
Yeah, no, I'm real happy with it. I think it's been great just to see the blueprint, so how to be successful there and what we've done. And first it starts with the leadership. You have Nick Uren, the great GM, and a coach, Nate Tibbetts, and they got great players, hardworking players. They play tough. Obviously got Alyssa Thomas, who's a superstar, but Satou, Kahleah, I mean, we got great players, but the way they play, like if you watch the Mercury, you're like, they play really hard. They play hard, they compete, and we're going to hopefully do a lot of that with the Suns. We basically started the Mercury 2 years earlier. The Suns are starting with that type of format now going forward. We're going to play hard. We're going to play tough. We're going to be a gritty type of team, and we're going to build it the right way.
Well, what exactly do you think? I mean, you've talked a lot about the way you envision the Sun side working moving forward, but how has it worked on the Mercury side? How has it clicked and meshed so well that these 3 stars, this bench that's played so well, and the coaching staff has kind of brought it all together?
Well, I think the coaching staff and front office had a vision and identity of what we wanted to build, and you saw the evolution was we were 9-31, right? And then it's like, okay, we had 2 legendary players, Diana and Brittany Griner, and we had to move on from that strategy, and we came in with a different type of player, not just the 3 stars you're talking about, but we also have a very good bench. We have a lot of young players. They play with energy. They play with toughness. We got shooting, and they're executing. Now we're 19-12 right now, and we have obviously 14, 15 more games left to hopefully make a great playoff push and put us in the position to be one of the top couple seeds in the WNBA.
My daughter can't decide on a favorite player. Is there a pitch that you can make to my 8-year-old about who she should adopt as her favorite Mercury player, or should I just buy like 12 different jerseys?
It's tough. My daughter has the same thing. Everyone loves Alyssa Thomas because she does it all. Right, but then people like some scoring and some athleticism from Kahleah. Satou's like, she can do a little bit of everything. She's amazing. But then there's some of the role players that, I don't even know the role players. They're great players that are doing great things. From Monique to Whitcomb, like all these different players. It's hard. I can't give you one. I think there's a lot of good options there. And that's our job, is to hopefully put a fun team out there that it's not only one player you think of. You like a lot of players out there.
I'm really glad it's not just my daughter that can't decide on who to root for or who to make her favorite player, because you're right. It's been fun. I talked about it last week that I really feel like Phoenix basketball fans have been clamoring for a team like this, and we've got one this summer, and that they need to get out there and support these ladies, because it's a brand of basketball that's been extremely fun to watch. I want to shift gears a little bit, Matt. I was reading your book, Running the Corporate Offense, earlier this summer, and I came across a quote that I found very interesting. You said, "Trust is earned through actions by what you say and do on a daily basis." And it's pretty clear that Mercury fans have full trust in what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish on that front. And I was wondering, because trust is very tough to come by in this market with sports fans. What do you feel that you're doing with your actions on a daily basis that should put Suns fans at ease to give you the trust that we feel Mercury fans are right now?
Yeah, no, I feel the same. So with the Mercury and the Suns, it's all being done the same way now. And so at the beginning with the Suns, obviously we had a good team. It's like, let's put a little money behind them, let them make some decisions and go forward. It didn't work very well. With the Mercury, they were already at the bottom of the league at 9-31. And so at that point, if you look back to all the press conferences we ever had, the only one I've gotten beat up on was when I hired Nate Tibbetts and Nick Urin. People thought that was bad hires, and those are the two best hires we've had, from now looking back 2 years later, how good these teams are. And so what I think is people might not like what they see or what they think, because everyone loved the Kevin Durant trade. People loved the Brad Beal trade. People loved a lot of these things. And guess what? It didn't work. What you're going to see by my actions and our actions in Phoenix for the men's and women's team is consistency and running it the right way. And the right way means the type of players that we want, that the city will be proud of. We aren't going to win a championship. I've said it. I'm going to have the team for 50 years. We're not going to win a championship probably 47 of those years, 48 of those years. Like, that's the way it's going to go. But you're going to be proud of the team. Last year, the men's team, it was not a team that people were proud of. It was a team that was not fun to watch. A lot of talent, not a lot of fun to watch, not a lot of success. You're not going to see that anymore in Phoenix. And so even with the Mercury, as we built the last couple of years, the first year, we weren't very good. Last year, we were average. We made the playoffs. This year, you're starting to see it come together. But we're going to get better over the next 2 or 3 years. And hopefully you'll see that with the Suns as well, building it the right way and doing it every day. From what they're doing right now, what are the Suns doing today on August 14th? The workouts that they're doing, they're getting better every single day. And we're going to keep doing that on the men's and women's side. And the whole city of Phoenix will understand that and trust me and our organization by our actions. But we're going to continue to do it, not just say we're going to do it.
Is winning, it feels like, but is winning a highly personal thing for you? We take it as fans and as people who have grown up in this town as something that is highly personal. I was talking about it to open the show, that being a basketball fan in this town and being a Suns or Mercury fan in particular is in our DNA. It's what binds us. How important is winning to you at a base level?
Well, that's what I love about Phoenix is everyone loves basketball so much. And obviously people are supportive of the Mercury and the Suns. The Mercury have won multiple championships before. The Suns have never won one. And so winning is all we talk about. So we're clear. Being the best franchise in the WNBA and NBA in all of sports, from the players' view, the fans' view, everyone's view. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not like everyone's like, oh, just go ahead and do it. You have to build it the right way and do it consistently, day in and day out. And we've been doing that with the Mercury, and we're not where we want to be, by the way. We're not winning a championship right now. We have a chance, obviously, but we are building it the right way, and we're going to do the same thing with the Suns, and everyone's going to be proud of that. And it's going to be how we're doing it going forward. And so the way winning is extremely personal, and we will win. We will win here. And people can question it. People can say what they want to say, but the truth is, you're not going to ever question our intentions or my intentions. You're never going to question, do we care? Oh, that owner doesn't care. You're never going to question, do we want to spend money? Do we want to be involved? Do we build facilities? Do we put the Ring of Honor up like the fans want? We do everything around winning and around what the fans want, because I'm a fan too. And we're going to do exactly what fans want. Doesn't mean we're going to win every year. And sometimes we're going to make trades or draft picks or free agents that aren't going to work out. But you know what? We're going to try to win, and we're going to try to compete every day.
You guys have talked a lot about alignment, vision, and identity, but beyond those words, what does that really mean for you, for this franchise, and moving forward? What is alignment, vision, and identity mean to you?
Well, you got to have an identity of what is Suns basketball about, right? What are we going to stand for? What are we going to be on the court? Right? From the way the players treat the fans, walking off the court, high-fiving players or throwing them a wristband, right? From the way the players treat each other. Are we great teammates? Do we do things when our guy's on the ground? Do we pick him up? If you watch the Summer League, you can start to see some of the things that we're starting to put in place with the way the bench was interacting, the way the players cared about one another, the way the whole team flew out there to support each other and be there. There's certain things that's what the right way. People are like, oh, that's the way the Suns are going to do. It's just the right way. If you're involved with middle school basketball, high school, college, and the right way of doing things for the WNBA and the NBA, we're going to do it the right way in Phoenix. And so the identity is going to be around toughness. It's going to be around grit. We're going to play hard. Like, our guys are not going to be the last guys diving on the court. We're going to dive for the ball, maybe bloody your chin a little bit. It's okay. And you know what? We're gonna play tough. There's gonna be things that, and then the way that you say alignment, people like to joke about the word. The thing is, I can say it, and then Brian Gregory's got to say it, and Jordan Ott's got to say it, but you actually got to see it on the court. So alignment means it can't be just Matt says one thing and they do another thing, like all the way through the organization. And if people don't believe in it, it's fine. It doesn't mean I'm right and they're wrong. It just means they're not going to be on our team. It just means they're not going to be part of our organization. And you've already seen us make those changes. So if they're not bought in, that's cool. They just can go buy in another team. There's 29 other NBA teams.
I've wondered this and wanted to ask in terms of, you've talked about your involvement and how important it is for you to set that tone from the top. And people have bristled at that in some places. But to me, you are somebody that is highly invested in this. Isn't that pretty typical in any business, that the guy at the top is supposed to set the tone and that is part of the involvement from word one?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's not going to, and the truth is, I wasn't involved enough at the beginning. I was not involved with making these decisions about what we're about. I just said, hey, listen, we're a good team. I'm going to uncap your luxury tax concern. Let's go try to win. Like, let's go do it. But now on the other side of it, let's think of all the things for the fans. Like, people want to just talk about on the court, how many games we win, which was, disappointing last year, to say the least. But all the other aspects, I'm heavily involved with those things. Like I said, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Ring of Honor, building it the right way, getting the banners up for the women as well. Like, those are just little things. Like, how do we create a women's practice facility, a new headquarters? All these things matter, but on the court matters too. And so I'm going to be involved, of course. And if people don't want me involved, guess what? They're not going to want to cheer for the Suns or the Mercury, because now I'm involved. You know what? The first couple of years we tried doing it a little differently. Now I'm going to do it the way I believe, which is I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm going to get great people. We're going to set a vision, and we're going to execute consistently. We're not going to win every game, but we're going to do it the right way. The fans will be proud. The city of Phoenix will be proud. And eventually we'll win championships here in Phoenix.
Obviously, Michigan State University is a big part of your life and your story. What is it about MSU and the Izzo mindset that's important to you and kind of instilling it here in Phoenix as well?
Well, yeah, I won't even say it's the Izzo mindset. Like, I love Tom Izzo and what Michigan State's done, but Michigan State has a brand. Like I said at one of my press conferences, when you talk about Michigan State basketball, go ask 50 college basketball coaches, what do they feel when they play Michigan State? They're like, oh, they're going to be tough. They're going to rebound. They're going to be in transition. They're going to run. There's certain things. The type of kid that goes to Michigan State, you're not going to have these types of problems. You know what they are. They're going to usually get better every year. Player development. Pittsburgh Steelers football, they have an identity, right? There's a lot of different. So I don't know, and I don't know the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. I don't know those people at all. I'm just giving you examples. When you hear about certain teams and organizations, there's an identity. Phoenix Suns are going to have that. We don't have that right now. We are going to have that going forward. And so it's not going to be just like Michigan State. You're like, oh, it's going to be like Michigan State, but it's going to be winning, and we're going to figure out how winning. And it's not winning on the court only. It's off the court. It's doing it the right way. And there's a lot of stuff for Michigan State we're stealing. There's a lot of stuff that Michigan State does that we won't like. And there's a lot of stuff that other NBA teams that we love, and we're going to steal that stuff. And there's teams that other NBA teams we don't like. We're not going to steal that stuff. We're going to try to find it and find out the Phoenix Suns way. And that's what my job is as the owner and the leader of the organization. And it's going to go through everyone, and we're going to be aligned all the way through.
Last one here, Matt. NBA All-Star Game coming in 2027. Do I send my application to you to be part of the celebrity game, or is there somebody else I have to send it to?
You can send it to me for sure. I'd love to have you there. I actually don't pick those people. I think the NBA handles it. But hopefully the best part is, like we talk about, coming away the WNBA All-Star Game. I think it was the best WNBA All-Star Game of all time last year in Phoenix, okay? We're going to do the same thing with the NBA All-Star Game in 2027, bringing millions of people to watch and see what I think the epicenter of basketball, which will be Phoenix. That's what it's going to be, and that's how we're going to build it in Phoenix. And so I've said those things, and like you asked me about the quote, we're going to consistently do it, and it's going to not be just by me telling you it, but it's going to be our actions. And by the way, if people don't like what we say, that's fine. You're going to see what we do every single day. And if you don't like that, that's fine too. But we're going to be consistent with it, and we're going to do it what we think is the right way going forward.
Well, Matt, we've enjoyed what you've had to say today. We really appreciate you taking the time and joining us on Southwest Bias, and we look forward to seeing you out here at a Mercury game soon.
Yeah, I look forward to it. And sorry that the video stuff and all didn't work great, but next time we'll get it right. And that's probably on our side. I apologize, but appreciate you and all that you do and the support for the Suns and the Mercury. It means a lot to me.
No problem. And I blame our producer Shane for the tech problems. It's all him, not you guys. So thanks so much, Matt.
Thank you.
That is another edition of Southwest Bias in the books.
Definitely my fault, by the way.
It was 100% your fault. You did not prepare Mat Ishbia on that, and I blame you wholeheartedly. Plus, I was not kidding when I said 2 minutes or 2 seconds before we went live.
It wasn't catastrophic.
You said I hope something technically catastrophic happens.
That wasn't catastrophic.
And we got that.
It was not catastrophic.
So that is fantastic.
Oh, there's a fire starting in here.
Oh, great. Yeah. we got to pack up. We're off tomorrow because we got to move this entire studio to a new building. So we will be doing that. I really appreciate Mat Ishbia stopping by. I appreciate all the biased in the chat, the new people that stopped by. Even Adam Mares from DNVR, a Nuggets fan, stopped by to join the conversation. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit that like button before you head out. Subscribe. We're going to have more interviews like this, more topics. We're going to bring you everything that you love about Phoenix sports. That's what this show is about. What you love about Arizona sports. That's what this show's about. For the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach, you can follow him at Shane Dief. You can follow the show at PHNX_sports, and you can follow me at Espo. And remember, basketball is our first love. Doesn't mean we don't get mad at it sometimes. Ahoy, hoy!
We all silly like the mayor.